everybody, welcome to the game plan. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Rico.
And today we're going to be doing an unboxing and organizing.
Yeah, today the unboxing is going to happen where we do the typical go through all the components. We're going to kind of comment on what we see, the rule book, and just everything there.
Yep.
But then we're going to go through like a really fast version of how we organize stuff, and then we'll stop and like lay it all out so that you can see these are the ways that we package it so that it's very easy to get out and play and package back up.
Right.
We try and separate it by like player colors and things that we can just give to the players and they can just kind of set themselves up and make
set up
easier.
and take down quickly as possible.
Correct.
So, yes.
Hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to be unboxing and organizing Clinic.
Oh, this is a really cool sleeve. It's like the outside of the building. Usually I don't like sleeves, but this one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very thematic.
Yeah, it is.
I liked the cover there is just like a bunch of rooms, so that was pretty clever. This game, for anybody who doesn't know, this game is a game I think I never played before, but from reading about it and obviously backing it on Kickstarter, it's essentially spatial organization of I think it's like a 3-story building, but it's obviously presented in a 2D board. And so this is kind of the idea is you're administering a hospital and you have to build all these different rooms and stuff. So that's kind of what this represents. All right.
Let's dig in.
All right. You want to go for it?
Little X-rays on the front. That's cute.
Good. Are they accurate?
They are not accurate.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I look for accuracy in my games.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't like escapism.
Okay. So they gave us some bags, which is nice. That's always good. I don't know how framed up I am here.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh,
That
okay.
looks fun.
So we've got a bag of, it looks like little meeples on there, so we'll see.
There's a bunch of different little meeples in here too that all look different and fun.
Cool. This is...
A bag of bags.
It's a bag with bags and not
loose.
bags. I don't know if you can... This is... Huh.
These might be extra pieces.
Maybe.
These look like they go with those.
There's a bag for your cubes that's empty. So the bag of meeples contains the bag of cubes, but not... Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, there's cubes
Got
and...
meeples in it and cubes and everything.
Looks like little, I don't know if that's like a doctor, just something, little person.
This looks like a portable X-ray machine, which is kind of fun. I don't know if that's what it is, but
Nice.
that's what it looks like now.
Huh, okay, so these are very cool, very nice, like very nice components and just generally.
Nice colors.
Yeah, this is really a big old chunky cube. Get a few of these little, looks like a fire extinguisher. Oh my goodness, am I going to have to manage the safety of the building itself?
Maybe.
So, just to get a better view maybe of some of these pieces. That's pretty cool. I'm impressed. I wasn't expecting all of this. And as some people who watched this before know that I don't really keep up that closely with Kickstarters. I kind of like the surprise of it. So this is exactly why. I'm like, well, this has a lot more cool stuff than I expected, and now I'm really excited.
It's a small board.
Yeah, a lot smaller than I would have thought.
Yeah, but I guess you have your own tableau and stuff.
Yeah.
So you do stuff with different colored people over here, and other stuff over here.
Yeah.
Looks like you do a variety of things.
I can't really say based at looking at this, it fits into the category I thought it would. Is heavy Euro.
Yeah, this is a lateral knee, so that's cool.
That looks like a weird baby.
I think that's a brain.
Oh, or that.
Or I don't know, maybe that's organs, skeletal, visual, heart, and...
Huh. Well, you and I interpret that differently.
Yeah.
I think logic, emotion, pain, and other pain.
Pain.
Yeah, because that's usually when you go to a hospital, you're in pain.
Yeah.
Right?
This just looks like candy corn to me.
Nice. And pain.
Yeah, candy corn and pain.
Cool.
So it's a nice small board.
So there's little 5
Looks like that might be
currency tokens or something. Little plastic or cardboard shit. They seem nice.
And then
Oh,
we get into a lot of punch outs.
yeah. And I like the colors are vibrant.
They've got things on both sides.
Yeah, these are cool. Let's see if I can get it to focus on that. Stop looking at other things, camera. There we go. So they're just very nice illustrations. And the way that they're shaped makes it so that you can understand how it would be a
3D and
3D.
2D
Yeah.
space.
So like this looks like they're player tableaus maybe,
Yeah.
and you can get like a third level of your building. Oh, so you have 0, 1, 2, and possibly 3, maybe. And so you can build out your little building or your little rooms on these, knowing that like, oh, so like in this case, you can see this room is, well, I guess this is a third floor, so we'll do it this way. Like in this case, this room is above that room because this is the first floor and that's the second floor. So this is like spatially above this room, and so you're trying to get combinations of things, I guess, next to each other so that they benefit each other. It's kind of a Castles of Mad King Ludwig or Suburbia style way, but you also then take into consideration third dimensionally, like above and below. So there's kind of just an extra element of crunchy.
Like, you can't have patient rooms above the X-ray room or things like that.
I don't know. I think that's the point, is there's like limitations on that stuff, and that's what you got to be kind of thinking through in order to optimize. You got just more boards.
Yeah, just more boards. You see the player colors. I think
Yeah, so and that's what these are. You can expand to a second and third. If I could let go of the thing. Yeah, so you can expand to your second and third floor there. So those
so
2
it's
and
like
3.
Basement, first, second.
I'm guessing, yeah, or like parking garage maybe.
Okay.
So you've got like parking garage and then main entrance, and then you've got your second and third floors that you can expand to maybe. So hopefully
the book is nice and
very well illustrated. Yeah, lots of examples. Yeah. Very thick though. I'm a little overwhelmed. Oh crap!
Daunting.
So we have a 2 pages devoted to moving. Oh good lord.
Well, you got to move in 3 dimensions.
Business phase 2, phase 3 is admin. Okay, so there's only a couple of phases, but
and then on the back there's a icon legend for all the things.
That's very nice. I really like those types of references. I like these too, like a component overview, so I know when it references a popularity tile, I can just look here and say, oh yeah, that's what that is. And hopefully it has once this game is set up, this is how it should look. Yeah, setup example for 2 players. So
cool.
Seems to check all the boxes that I am very concerned about. Obviously I haven't sat and read the rules, but I'm about to.
Looks promising.
So yeah, that's this. All right, so then I don't know, and I'm going to try and keep all these components separate, at least to start, until we can do the organizational portion. But I want to. There's this deluxe expansion just called the extension, and I'm like, well, that's just another word for expansion. So they didn't really, not too clever there. I don't know exactly what's being extended. I have some ideas.
Looks like a 4th floor.
Oh, so they add a 4th floor. Some looks like traffic you have to deal with now. What? I have to start dealing with traffic?
Oh wow, like getting people to the hospital?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it just looks like there's a congestion going on with buses or something, and there's arrows and stuff. So that, to me, that's traffic. But it looks like I get a very large pill here at the bottom, so that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
I'd like to take one of those.
Wonder if that's the first player marker or something?
No, the first player marker would come in the base game. I don't know, we can find out.
Lots of pills.
There are no first player markers from the base game.
Okay. There's just capsules.
Yeah, there's no first player markers apparently. So yeah, we've got a 4th floor, so that's nailed it on that. I'll keep this stuff over here.
Yeah, what looks like old folks and pills on the front of that
Oh
one.
yeah, okay. So we've got people who use canes. I used to use a cane. You don't have to be calling them old people. They're old people. And then we've got, looks like, I'm sure that's not what this is, but to me, this is awfully suspect when I see this in a hospital.
Oh, yeah, that looks like where they hide the bodies.
Oh, I was thinking more colonoscopy style.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess you don't build fences around your anus hole.
No,
Okay.
no, not usually.
Well, I mean, sometimes I do on Thursday.
Just on Thursdays. And then we have a pill bag now. Since we have a bunch of capsules. Let's see what's in this little guy.
Oh my goodness, this looks amazing.
Let's see. Looks like that's the old folks. And some janitors, maybe? Environmental services on that one. I don't know how well I'm framing that up. Can you show that?
Trying to figure out how to open up a pack of cards, and it's
This is gross.
smarter than I am. Yeah, it looks like some sort of custodial, maybe somebody who is maintenance or something.
The pink one is quite disturbing.
Think, oh no, that's maybe the worst thing that can happen to somebody is
Yeah.
they get their beer belly. So this person's probably in their late 30s and they didn't realize the consequences of their youth. Mistakes were made.
Used to pizza too much?
It was more they thought they could drink beer like they do in college and stay up all night and party and it wouldn't affect them. And then they turned 30 and realized, holy crap, my body can't recover from this, but I'm not disciplined enough to stop. This is why we go to hospitals, is because of all of the bad ways we treat ourselves for the most part.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of how many times I've had to go to the hospital because it wasn't my fault. Can't think of any.
So the extension.
Okay, so check this
Much
out.
shorter rule book.
Here, I'll give you a few so you can see what I'm talking about. This I'm excited about because this to me tells me there's some sort of like spatial building, like, ooh, if you can get this particular pattern together, you can get stuff. And I always like, oh my goodness, look at that one. I'm getting super excited. Look at that. I'm totally guessing that's what this is, but I'm almost sure. And that looks amazing because I love that kind of stuff. Oh.
So Rico's more excited now.
Yeah, the expansion is going to be the best part. Mark my words.
Urban design card is what they're called. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, that's a different song.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so now we're going to do the organization. So you're going to see this thing speed up and yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got everything labeled and organized to try and do it in a way that it makes it the most efficient for setup and teardown. Now, we had a little bit of a disagreement about one particular item, and I think I'd like some feedback from the audience on this one. So you'll notice here in the middle there are the black bags with the doctors and the patients, and we decided to separate them out into bags. I argued that this is better for setup. It will save a significant amount of time because like this is a game like Orleans where you have a certain number of unique or certain count of each of the unique types. So in like say a 2-player game you would have, you know, say only 3 orange doctors, whereas in a 3-player game you would add more, and in a 4-player game you'd add again more. And the easiest way, of course, would be to just throw them all in the bag when you're done, right? Like we just gather them all up and throw them all in the bag, and then when you set up, you dump the bag and group them by color and then separate them based on the count and put them back in the bag for play, and then the rest of them you just put off to the side. That would, to me, in my opinion, increase the setup time significantly, whereas throwing everything at the end of the game, just throwing it into the bag, may increase the teardown time, but I don't think the increase in time, if they were to, instead of just throwing it all back into that bag, separate them out by color and just put them back into these bags, the amount of time that it would be increased on the teardown, I believe, would be less time difference than if you were to do it the other way, and how much more in time increase would come up on the setup. It just, to me, feels like you would get more time on the setup doing it the other way. So I think this is the better way to do it, and Lindsay's is not an argumentative person, so she's like, whatever. I'm curious to see if other people's experiences match that in this type of a case. Like, do you find that separating them out like this at the end of each game, just taking a few minutes while you're tearing it down, is better, or would you prefer to do that kind of setup and that type of the time constraint stuff, or the stuff that takes the most time? Would you prefer to do that during setup? I guess I'd prefer to do it during teardown, when I have usually there's like everybody helping during teardown, whereas in setup, most people don't really know what's going on, so they're just kind of watching you, and you pass something to someone and say, hey, can you do this? It just seems like this setup will make this organization will help the setup be faster, which is what I'm going for, I guess. I've got the seems like there were a lot of modules in the expansion. So the expansion stuff is here in the left, top left here. And actually these purple docs, actually the expansion's kind of touched into a lot of different places, but they're very, very modular. So that's kind of cool. So you've got, I think this was called the amenities. You've got obstetrics, you've got urban design, hospice, fire extinguishers, and you can actually donate blood now, pillars, zombies. All of this stuff and the underground work tiles are all modular. So you can just add one, or, you know, mix and max however you want. This was the pharmacy. The pharmacy has its own pills. Satellite TV was also one of the modules, and I think that might be all of them. And then, unfortunate name collision here is their special modules, and that's actually a game term module, not the board gaming term module, so like a modular expansion. But these special modules are types of rooms that you would be building, and there's actually a modular expansion that adds special modules, and actually, if you can see, there's a tile right here that goes with those ones, but they all kind of lump together with that. So it seemed like that was the appropriate place to store it, and you can just kind of add or not when you're setting up. You can decide to add those new ones or not. But yeah, I mean, you've got supply rooms and treatment rooms, parking tiles, entrances, helipads. These are all the tiles for players, and this is the player colors. And each starting had a little bit of money, some markers, a doctor, and a car, and then some special tiles that you get started with, and then this little popularity token. And the popularity, as I understand it, is the kind of the victory points in the game. Whichever hospital is the most popular is the hospital that wins. So there it is. There's a clinic organized. Hopefully you found this helpful. Let us know in the comments. This is kind of a new format we'd like to try and do. So if this is something that you think you'd benefit from, we'll continue to do it. If there's anything you think that would be an improvement, or if you'd like to hear, comment during the setup, or if you'd like us to not speed up the setup, I don't know why you'd want to see that. Or sorry, not the setup, but the actual organization process. That was tedious, especially in this game. There's a lot of stuff. But yeah, let us know. We'd love the feedback. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.